All right. Shalom, y'all. Bashim Al-Shabakatah, Yahweh Shamar Al-Thum, Bashim Al-Shah. This precinct officer of 500 Mathumya out of I.S.U.P.K. Star out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. You know what I mean? We teach the truth about the Bible, that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to keep pushing this truth until the mission is complete. You know what I'm saying? Until our King return and, you know, give us the justice that we so greatly deserve. You know what I mean? We here at the UN Library, right? And we're about to go into this class. You know what I mean? It's the Brotherhood class. Oh, yeah, the water, brother. I was the water doing that. You know what I mean? And we're about to get into it. All right. So, you know, this is the Brotherhood class, and we're about to go over a few things. You know what I mean? Some of the basic things that is hidden from us. You know what I mean? From the white man who was the devil the Bible speaks of, from you know what I mean, a Christian pastor that's high and everything. You understand? Doesn't want to let our people know who the real Jews are. You know what I mean? They skate over that. You know what I mean? We're going to go over all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So right now, before I do that, is there any questions? You got any questions? Gotcha, bro. I mean, so we're going to go right now. We're going to go to Daniel chapter 7. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. The first one we're gonna grab. All right.
That's in that Bible.
Nah, it's in the Bible. Oh man, first shout out to this young man right here, man. Young man Hakeem. He's in class, man. Let's give him a hand. I'm gonna give him a hand. Round of applause, you know what I'm saying, for making it through. Because listen, everybody that come into these classes in the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I mean, they don't understand that when you come in here, you escape death. You understand? You escape death and you escape all the hell that comes with the world outside them doors in UPK. I mean, I know for damn sure when I first came into class, you know what I mean, when I first, you know, came into the truth, I for sure knew it was a lot of weight taken off my shoulders, you understand, and a lot of strength given to me by the brotherhood that the I.S.U.P.K provides so greatly, you know what I mean? So it's definitely an excellent thing, and I commend every brother that takes that extra step, to come through to the to the classes. All right, so we're gonna go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. If you got a brother, you can read.
I behold, Daniel chapter 7, and verse 9. I behold till the thrones were cast down.
So I beheld
till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
And the Ancient of Days did sit. The Ancient of Days. Who's the Ancient of Days, brother?
The Most High.
That's the Most High. Yeah, give yourself to him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the Most High. All right. So this is Daniel having a vision. He's having a vision, or other words today, people will call it a dream. All right. He's having a vision, and he's seeing these things right here that he's describing in verse 9 right here. And you can go ahead and read off where you was at.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Whose garment was white as snow. So he had a white garment. The Most High had a white garment on, right? You know what I mean? So he sat down, had a white garment. All right, read.
And the hairs of his head like the pure wool.
And the hairs of his head were like the pure wool. What does that mean? The Most High had a hair full of, you know what I mean, white woolly hair. You understand? If you take a look at mine right now, it's woolly right now. I got it out right now. You know what I'm saying? He had a full head of white woolly hair. You know what I mean? It said like the pure wool. You know what I mean? Who else on the planet has woolly hair? We're going to get to it. Let's see if is there any more on that? You could drop that. Give me Daniel 10 and 5. Daniel 10 verse 5.
Daniel chapter 10 verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded.
Right. So it's the same thing. Gotcha.
Right?
You too well. It's saying that, so it's the same thing kind of right here. Daniel was having a vision. He's having another vision, and it's, he's seeing Christ. He's seeing, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. You understand? And he's saying, like, he lifted up his eyes and he looked, he beheld, it was a man clothed in linen. All right. Go ahead, bro.
His body also was like the beryl.
And his body, oh, Salaki, let me go up a little more. He said, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. So around his stomach, his midsection, you know what I'm saying? He had a girdle on. And in times past, in the ancient days, men wore that. That was armor, war armor. You understand? Today, women wear it today. They made it, but really that's men armor. Men go to war, they put their girdles on, they use it, in different situations like swinging the sword, they keep their stomach in. You understand? Christ he ain't had no regular girdle either. He had a girdle made of fine gold, and not just any fine gold, the fine gold of Uphaz. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the, more of the prestigious places to get your gold from back then. You understand? All right, so go ahead. From there, you can read on from there.
Verse 6. His body also was like the beryl.
And his body also was like the beryl. Now, the beryl, what does the word beryl mean? You want to answer that, bro?
What does it mean?
Yeah, what is beryl?
Talking about like with the things being the alcohol?
No, not that though. It ain't that. All right, so in this context, even the way it's spelled is different from that, right? This right here is talking about, this is a color, like the color, beryl means green. You know what I mean? So he had like a green garment on. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about what he had on, right? So it said his body was like the beryl. All right, go ahead.
And his face as the appearance of lightning.
And his face as the appearance of lightning. You know what I'm saying? Meaning he had a fierce countenance.
Serious.
You know what I'm saying? He had a fierce countenance. He wasn't no sissy. He wasn't that, that homosexual they, worshiping in the Christian church. You know what I mean? Still today, my brother, man, my big bro, Officer Yediah and Officer Not, I'm in office in the car, was riding around through Trenton this Saturday. And they was seeing brothers and sisters going in the church with the white Jesus in their window, in their big, stained windows and all that. And they was astonished. They was like, damn, in 2025, brothers and sisters is still worshiping that white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Homosexual. When in fact, you should know, bro. You seen us breaking it down at camp. You know what I mean? That is Caesar Borgia, the sixth son of Alexander, the sixth of Rome. You understand? You know what I mean? He was he was famous. He was famous for being a sodomite, famous for, having sex with his sister, Lucretia. You know what I mean? He was notorious for being a child molester. You know what I mean? All things disgusting, that was him. And, Leonardo da Vinci painted him. And why did he paint him? They was homosexual lovers. They were homosexual and they was in a relationship together. You understand? He painted him and made him Christ in the Renaissance era. In the Renaissance period, they whitewashed everybody after that. I mean, before then, what was that? It was the Dark Ages. That's when black people was ruling over Europe. Black people ruled over Europe and, we had everything, on lock. After that, the white man came down, and whitewashed everything. And the scriptures speak on that too. But I'll digress for right now. All right, you go ahead and read on some more, brother.
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
And his eyes as lamps of fire. Christ, he had the whites of his eyes was red. You understand? We're gonna get another scripture that's gonna talk about that some more as well. Go ahead, read.
And his feet like in color to polished brass.
Oh, read that part again.
And his feet like in color to polished brass.
Nice. Right after lamps of fire.
Oh, and his arms and his feet like in color to polished Brass.
So his arms and his feet were like in color to polish brass. You understand? To polish brass. You take a penny out, you got yourself some brass. You know what I mean? The color looking like brass. All right. So brass is brown. Everybody know that. Everybody know that. So he was a black man, right? He was a black man. All right. And it says, what's after that? We're going to get the other precept about Christ after this. It says, what else after that?
And the voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude.
Right. And his voice travels. You understand? His voice is like, you know what I mean? Like the sea. You understand? The ocean. The ocean don't sound good at all when you out there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? Don't sound nice either. It's rough. All right. So let's get Revelations 1 and 1. Revelation 1 and 1. We're gonna get some more about our king real quick. Because we gotta get the brainwashing of the Christian church off our people out there, man. You know what I mean? Young man Hakeem, these brothers, like I said, these brothers and sisters, man, they praying, they bound their knee, they bound down to white Jesus, to white God. You understand? They praying every time they praying to a white God, to a white Jesus in their head. You know what I mean? It's a slave master religion, man. All right, so let's get it.
Revelations 1 and 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation of Jesus Christ. What does the word revelation mean?
To reveal.
Damn right. It means to reveal. All right, so this book, the Bible, is about to reveal something about Christ right now. All right, go ahead and read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Oh, you can drop down to verse 13, Sloppy.
Revelation 1 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
In the midst of the 7 candlesticks. All right, so, you know what I mean? The 7 candlesticks represent what? Represent the 7 churches in Asia Minor. All right, that Christ, he was over these churches. Okay, and we're about to get some more. Go ahead.
One like unto the Son of Man.
One,
clothed,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
One like the Son of Man, right? Clothed down to the, what did it say, brother?
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Clothed with the garment down to the foot. All right, so, you know what I mean? The Son of Man is, whenever it say that, you know what I mean? Well, there's other accounts in the Bible where somebody else is called Son of Man. But in this context right here, in this book right here, it's speaking about Christ. All right. So Christ, being the Son of Man, is saying his garment was all the way down to his feet. Okay. All the way down to the foot. All right, go ahead.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. There go that golden girdle again. Saying got a golden girdle on. All right. Explain what that was in the last one. Go ahead.
Hit 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
And his head and his hairs were white like wool. White like wool. White being the color, wool being the texture. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Listen, just like it said in Daniel 7, you know what I mean? The Most High had hair like the pure wool. You understand? White like the pure wool. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm paraphrasing. So, who else on the planet has woolly hair except for niggas? You know what I'm saying? Except for, you know what I mean? Only black and brown people got woolly hair, man. You understand? We the only ones. All right. So it's saying Christ had woolly hair. That's strike one. That's strike one right there. All right. 3 strikes you out. You got one. That's one strike. He had woolly hair. What else?
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. You know what I mean? There you go again. He had bloodshot red eyes. You understand? His eyes was red with wine. Christ would take a drink. He take a drink, man. You know what I mean? He loved wine. The Sadducees and Pharisees, you know what I mean? They accused him of being a wine bibber. You know what I mean? He had him trying to accuse him of being a drunkard. You understand? Christ drank some wine. You know what I mean? When brothers, we drink a little bit, our eyes get a little red. All right, so that's what happened with Christ. He said his eyes was red. All right, go ahead, read on, brother.
Verse 15. His feet like unto fine brass.
And his feet were like unto fine brass. His feet were like unto fine brass. That's strike 2 with the bloodshot eyes thing too. Strike 2. You know what I'm saying? So he had blood slugging. It said his arms and his feet, his feet was like unto fine brass. There you go. So you take a penny, man. Like I said before, you know what I mean? That's your brass right there. It's already brown. It's already, how we look today. You understand? Now, go ahead and read some more. It's going to give us some more details on this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they burned in a furnace. You take anything and put it in a furnace, it's going to be dark. It's going to be black. You understand? It will be black. So Christ wasn't just, he wasn't, just a black man. He was a dark-skinned black man. You understand? This is who he was. And this is what your pastor will never tell you. Your pastor never goes into this, man. He always want to, go around the fact that Christ was black. And they be knowing he's black in the church. They be knowing this. But they don't never want to bring it out. Why? They think God loves everybody. They think Christ came to die for everybody. That's a lie. That got to be one of the biggest lies told in the history of mankind. You understand that Christ died for everybody, that Christ loved everybody. There's countless accounts in here where it says otherwise. All right. So we have to understand, man, that this Bible is a black man's book. It's a Latino man's book. You understand? Instead of trying to get, join hand in hand with America, you're going to end up dying with America. If you join yourself with America, you're going to fall with America. You understand? The time is now to come in the UPK under Commander during YAHANNA. You understand? So we're going to drop that real quick, right? It was any more in that or not? I think that was it.
Voice, that's it.
You can finish it up.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
And his voice was like the sound of many waters. And his voice as the sound of many waters. That's who our king was right there, man. That's who he was. All right. Christ ain't no sissy choir boy. He wasn't that at all. You understand? And in fact, when he come back, man, there ain't gonna be hugs and kisses either. You understand? His garment, when he come back, his garment gonna be, bloody. When he come back, it's not gonna be hugs and kisses. It's not gonna be cupcakes being served out. It's not gonna be any of that, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a terrible day. A terrible day for the heathen. You understand? It's gonna be a dark, dark day. Unlike your church, they're gonna lie to you and say, no, when Christ come back, everything gonna be nice and pretty. Everything we're gonna go to heaven, we're gonna be on the clouds somewhere in heaven. You understand? When they are lying to you. All right, they are lying to you. Another thing is they don't give us our identity. Our identity is who? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are the Israelites of the Bible. You understand? They will never tell you who the real Jews are according to the Bible. According to the Bible, the Jews are black people. You understand? Black people. Let's get it. Jeremiah 14:2. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. All right. We're going to get this because, if we don't say it, nobody's going to say it. If we don't bring it out how we, are the real descendants of the best people on that, the Most High's favorite people. If we don't bring that out, nobody's going to bring it out. You understand? But that's why we keep doing it. We've been doing this since 1969. If people still sleep, go take a look at what Putin did. Some months back. He revealed that the Jews are black. He revealed that Christ was black. Negroes only want to listen to the white man when he said it. But when your brothers say it in the UPK, and the priests and prophets of the Lord said, you got to have some pushback. Gotta give some pushback. You know what I mean? But the devil said it, so now what? Go ahead, brother.
Jeremiah 14, verse 2. Judith mourneth.
Judah mourneth. Judah mourneth. You understand? The word Jew is short for Judah, if anybody didn't know. All right. So, you know what I mean? Just like how you would call somebody, you know what I mean, Michael, you know, you ain't going to call Michael every time. At least that's what black people do. Be like, yo, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Be like, yo, Mike. You know what I mean? You don't say all that. You know what I mean? So this is the same thing with this situation. It says Judah mourneth. You know what I mean? The word Jew is short for Judah. All right. So let's get some more.
And the gates thereof languish.
And the gates thereof languish. What that mean? What that mean, bro? You know the answer?
Gates of Judah is occupied by other people.
Mm-hmm.
Judah at the bottom.
Okay, I got you. Let me help you out. I got you. Yeah, I got you, bro. Like, so the gates thereof language, meaning this. What do gates do? What gates? What's their purpose? Gates.
To open and close, to keep things out.
What? There you go. To keep things out, right? You know what I mean? Keep what out? Enemies. You know what I mean? Yeah, enemies out. We got enemies. Israel, we always had enemies. You understand? We got enemies now. All right. It's the gates, like the brother just said, is to keep the enemies out. You know what I'm saying? To protect the people that's inside, the things that are inside the gates, within the gates, and protect them from the people that's outside, from the things that are outside the gates. All right. So it says, "Are the gates thereof languished?" What does it mean to be languished? You understand? It means to
destroyed, open.
Right. Into what?
I said destroyed or open.
Yeah, they destroyed, like they, you know what I mean, fallen, basically. You understand? The gates thereof language, meaning our protection. It's talking about our leaders. It's talking about the people that's supposed to be, you know what I mean, standing up for us, speaking up for us. But instead, we got a bunch of hoes as our leaders. You understand? A bunch of whores for the white man. You know what I mean? Including Steve Harvey, Tyler Perry, all your Christian pastors, all of them. You understand? Including that Marvin, I forget that piece of garbage last name. The one that was extorting that sister for $1,000, $2,000. You understand? Recently. All of them, they supposed to be our gates. Al Sharpton. All of them, they supposed to be our protection. But, you know, man, where they at? Where they at now? Food stamps are about to be cut off. SNAP about to be cut off. November in a couple days. You know what I mean? A few more days. SNAP benefits are going to be cut off. And what has Al Sharpton said about it? What has he said about it? What was his plan about, you know what I mean, making sure we're going to be all right, you know what I mean, for the people out there that need the assistance? What has he said about it? We've been getting killed unalived in the street, cold blood, for years and years and years. As any of, you know, what has Steve Harvey said about the matter? What has Steve Harvey said? Or has he just been sitting quiet and getting all his money he can get from the white man, sitting quiet and with that big dumbass smile he got? You know what I mean? Excuse me for the language. But all of our leaders are weak right now. They are, you know, languished. You understand? So that's when it says, that's what it means when it says, our gates thereof languished. All right? They have fallen. Go ahead, brother.
They are black unto the ground.
They are black unto the ground. They're black unto the ground, man. If you dig up, you know what I mean, dirt from the earth, you're going to dig up the dirt is going to be brown, different shades of brown. You understand? Yeah. It's going to be different shades of brown. You know what I mean? And that's all black people. Black people are different shades of brown. Black and Latinos, we're all different shades of brown, man. And that's how, you know what I mean, it's so evil what the church is doing because they know this is in there. They hear us. They hear us on the street corner. They know we get on their last damn nerve. You know what I mean? Every time we out there speaking against the evil that they doing, speaking about the iniquity that they bringing forth in the earth, in the black community. They know about us already and what we say. But they don't want to bring it out because they want to keep all the money in house. They want to make sure they keep all the money that they want to keep the money flowing. Keep the money flowing from the people from the poor brothers and sisters that come up in there and hoping and praying that they, can receive a better life, outside of you know what I'm saying, outside of what they dealing with already. You understand? But they come in there and they find out. Nah, man. Well, some people that's genuine, they find out this ain't working. I gotta go. I gotta go somewhere else. I gotta go somewhere else. You'll find out that you can't eat pork in the Bible, and they'll have a problem with you because you don't want to eat. You don't want to eat certain things. You want to. They think you trying to be better than them. They some wicked bastards, and they got their reward. All right, they got their reward. All right, so it says, man, our gates thereof languish, and they are black unto the ground. Paraphrasing, which shows you, man, this is who we are. We are the Jews, you understand? Not them small hats over there in Israel right now. Who they are right now, they are the synagogue of Satan. They are the synagogue of Satan, like Christ was speaking about in Revelations. You know what I mean? They are the synagogue of Satan. Let's get there real quick. You know what I mean? Revelations, let me see, 2 and 9. Book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 9. Go ahead whenever you got it.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulations and poverty, but thou art rich.
Christ says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, because we the lost 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I mean? We the lost 12 tribes of Israel, but thou art rich because of our inheritance, right? Read on.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
And are what?
And are not.
Christ said he knows the blasphemy of them, of those who say they are Jews and are not. He knows about them small hats over there that claim they the Jews of the Bible, that claim that land over there that doesn't belong to them. He knows that they are, imposters. They are, thieves and, just evil, wicked men. You understand? Them people that wear them hats, them small hats, they are the tribe of Amalek of the nation of Esau. You understand? That's who they are. They're Amalekites. You understand? They're not, any of the tribes of the nation of Israel. They're not the tribe of Judah. They are not the Jews. They none of that. You understand? They are the devil the Bible speaks of. That's who they are. You understand? So that's what it means right there when they say that. Let's get some more proof on how we the Israelites according to this Bible. Let's get some more proof. Give me a Deuteronomy. No, you too wild on that unless you feel. Let me see. You know what I mean? No, that's too wild. You can drop that. Give me Deuteronomy 28, 27 and 1. Deuteronomy 27 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all of the commandments which I command you this day.
And this is speaking to who? Young man. Who's it speaking to?
The Israelites.
Damn right. He's speaking to the Israelites right here. Now we about to just find out who the Israelites are. All right, according to these scriptures right here and these prophecies, right? So let's go to the next chapter, 28th chapter, verse. Okay.
And it shall come to pass Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If thou wilt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. If we will listen to the voice of our God, right? Let's see what it says. Read on.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day.
To observe and to do all the commandments which he commands us that day, man. We just got to keep these commandments. So if we keep these commandments, if we observe and keep them, right? Read on.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
That the Lord will set us on high above all nations of the earth. Now, damn. He said above all nations. He ain't say some nations. He ain't say half of the nations. He ain't say 99%. He ain't say most. He ain't say a few of the nations. He said all nations. Every single last one of them. The East Indians, Esau, you know what I'm saying, Moab, the Chinese, you know what I mean, Japheth, the Samoans, you understand, Ammon, the Japanese, you understand, all these nations, the Most High say he wanted us above them all. So why is my people, you know what I mean, having to, we'll figure out what they're going to do November 1st with their food stamps? Why we got to figure out, you know what I'm saying, why a black man got to figure out where he going to lay his head at, you know what I mean, every night? Why a Latino brother got to figure out where he going to lay his head at every night? You understand? Why are we sleeping in the train stations, in the subway stations? Why are we sleeping in our own urine and, you know what I mean, defecation, you know what I mean, in America and Trenton, New Jersey? Why is all these things happening? If we're supposed to be above everybody. You know what I'm saying? Why we the ones have to get Section 8, food stamps and all that? Why we have to get that? And then the Chinese get privileged to be over us and slave masters over us under a bigger slave master and the white man to, you know what I mean, leech off of us and get their kids through Ivy League schools. You know what I mean? Why is it that? You know what I mean? Why is it not my boot on our oppressor's neck? Why is it his boot on our neck? Why is he killing Sonya Massey in her kitchen? You know what I mean? When she ain't do a damn thing to him. You know what I mean? In her own home. Why is the white man killing, you know what I mean, Freddie Gray, strangling him to death? You understand? Why is he doing that? Because he's the devil on you know what I mean, the Bible speaks of. And also, you know what I mean, we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I mean? We done strayed away. Let's get some more. Come.
And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee.
And all these blessings will come upon us and overtake us. You see, if we do what the Most High says, you know what I'm saying, we going to have the blessings of the Most High overtake us. You know what I'm saying? And we don't even understand how that feels like today, because we in a living hell right now in America. Just because the white man gives us freedom to get high. Just because he gives us the freedom and the license to, you know what I'm saying, to be the filthiest bastard we want to be. You know what I mean? Does not mean that we, you know what I mean, are real free men here in America. You understand? Monday morning, we all got to clock in for a slave master. You know what I mean? To build up another man's company. We all have to do that every Monday. Right or wrong. That's what we all have to do. You understand? We in slavery right now. But don't mean you have to be slave-minded. You know what I mean? Slave-minded meaning what? Halloween coming up. You understand? And brothers, mainly, there's brothers out here doing it too. But sisters out there, you know what I mean? The single mothers out there and weak men, you know what I mean, out there about to have their kids go out and go knock on strangers' doors, you know what I mean, dressed up and as, you know, characters or whatnot, you know what I mean, goons and goblins and everything like that, and ask strangers for candy. When I was coming up, I remember, you know what I mean, people that was over me, you know what I mean, when I was a kid, saying don't talk to strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. That was the very thing they said to me. But then months later, you want to take us out to, you know what I mean, ask some strangers for candy. And first of all, it ain't even in the Bible to celebrate Halloween. So what the hell are we doing anyway? You know what I mean? Black people love to say that, man. I love God. I'm thankful God woke me up for another day. I'm thankful I even woke up today. You understand? They claim they love God. They love God with their mouth, indeed. You understand? But when it comes to living like that, you know what I'm saying? Their heart is far from the Most High. You understand? The Most High never said to go out there and celebrate Halloween. He never told us to do that. That's why it's a lot of violence, a lot of, you know what I mean, crime that happens around this time of year, because we doing things that the Most High said we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? We wondering why we catching bullet holes and all that. You understand? Because the Most High is not with us on Halloween. The Most High is not with Halloween. He's not going to stand for that. You understand? So don't be surprised. Don't be shocked if something crazy, something unfortunate happens on Halloween because we want to disobey the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I digress. You can go ahead, brother.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, blessed shall be in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed shall thou be in the field.
We're going to be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. You understand? We're going to be, you know what I mean, the kingdom of heaven. That's what we had. We had it in the Garden of Eden, too, before, you know, they messed up. You know what I mean? Before Adam and, you know, Eve messed up. We had it back then. You understand? But the Most High is going to give it to us, give it back to us once we come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You understand? Let's get up to some of these, to the nitty gritty a little bit. Let's get verse 15 if I can. Man.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
But if we do not listen to the Most High, if we choose to think we know better than the Most High and go off of what we think in our own head is the right thing to do, if we choose to listen to our own mind, this is what the Most High says. Go ahead.
To observe, to do, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these what?
Curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses gonna come upon us. You understand? And why would we want that? We don't want that. You understand? Trust me, you do not want that. The Most High can do, you know, the Most High can, you know, he can have a lot of things happen to you. You understand? Even if you don't die, he can make it to where you you prefer to be dead. You know what I'm saying? He can make your life a living hell. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what he can do. We don't want none of that. We want to be on the Most High's good side, all right? You know what I mean? And how do we get on his bad side? Read it again, brother.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That all these curses gonna come upon you and overtake you if we don't hearken unto the voice of the Lord. You gotta listen. You gotta listen. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about Israel, man. Black, Latinos, Native American Indians, man. You know, I mean, we some hard-headed niggas, man. We ain't trying to listen to pops. We think we understand everything, man. We think that we know everything. We think, nah, man. The white man told us pork is the other white meat. We all right. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man. We come from the earth. What is you talking about? Everybody got that from Cat Williams when he said that garbage back in the day. I know that's when I first heard it. When Cat Williams said it, I'm a kid listening to it. I'm like, I guess he right. Come from the earth. I'm like, but me being simple, we all being simple. We don't understand. Cocaine comes from the earth too. Do brothers want to just do that and proud of doing that openly? You know what I'm saying? Like brothers was saying at camp the other day, man. Poison ivy from the earth too. You gonna eat that? You know what I'm saying? All like mad things come from the earth. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you gotta destroy yourself with it. You understand? Don't mean you gotta destroy your spirit and your soul with it. Come on now. That's the lies of the white man right there, man. That's his lifestyle. They were the hippies. They made that famous back in the 70s and all that in the 80s. You know what I mean? They were the hippies and smoking weed and all that garbage back in the day. You know what I mean? Let them be that disgusting filth. Let them be that way. But black man, Latino man, we upright people. That's what we were born to be. You know what I mean? I know we was told, man, we niggas and spicks and redskins, you know what I mean? Nothing but wetbacks and dirty, filthy scum of the earth. But listen, you know what I mean? The Most High calls us Yasharala, you know what I mean? Which means Prince of the Power, princes and princesses of the power. You understand? You know what I mean? That's what you know the Most High calls us. That's our real name. And Yasharala, what is that? It means Israel. You know what I mean? It's English translation, Israel's English translation for Yasharala. That's our name. You know what I mean? Not black, not any byword that he named us and called us. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But if we choose to disobey the Most High, you know what I mean? Like we was just saying, you want to go there, eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. It was just a brother we was talking about last year on Commander YAHANNA's Black Watch show. Give him a hand real quick. You know what I mean? Shout out to Commander YAHANNA, man, the leader of this nation. He, you know what I'm saying? We was just bringing out on the show last year how some brother ate some, you know what I mean, unclean mollusk and, you know what I mean, got put to death for it. You know what I mean? He died. He, you know what I mean? He got unalive for that. You know what I mean? Because those are things that the Most High does not want us eating. You know what I mean? The Most High, you know, said what we can eat and what we could not eat, what we cannot eat. You know what I mean? If you want to eat something that come out the ocean, man, you better make sure that fish got some scales on it. Make sure it got fins and scales. You know what I mean? It ain't a fish that got fins and scales. You shouldn't be eating it. You shouldn't be cooking it. You shouldn't do none of that because you know what I mean? Going off yourself eating that garbage. You understand? So let's get some more.
16.
Uh-huh.
Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Man, shoot. That explains itself. We're gonna get more into it right there. I'm gonna get back to that precept right there. But man, that's heavy. That's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Go to verse 7 if you can. Go to verse 7. We're gonna get into it.
What, say 7?
Yeah, verse 7. So yeah, going back down to verse 7.
Oh. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smited before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
Right. That's what we want. Right or wrong. That's what we want right now. You understand? That's the thing we should want right now. You know what I mean? Because right now we see the total opposite. That's what we want. That's, you know what I mean? Right there, that verse was saying like, these things will happen for you. Your enemies will flee from you 7 different ways, and when they try to come up against you, if you know what I mean, obey the Most High. You know what I mean? But if we don't hearken to the voice of the Lord, go up to verse 25, brother.
25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them.
See, right there, there was the total opposite right there. Because we don't obey the Most High, we gonna come up against enemies, and we gonna end up fleeing 7 different ways. You know what I mean? Because the Lord won't be with us. Who the hell can win against the Most High? You know what I mean? So if the Lord is standing with us, I don't give a damn who's in front of us. They're falling. You understand? So the reason why we are dying, the reason why we being unalive, the reason why we starving and suffering in America, man, is because we chose to disobey God. It's because we continue to indulge in these holidays coming up. You understand? And these holidays that are vain, that mean nothing, absolutely nothing. The Most High gave us high holy days, man. That's what the word holiday come from. High holy days. And the Most High gave us those days. You know what I mean? Shout out to the 57th, the Lord's 57th annual Passover coming up, you know what I mean? April 4th in Houston. Young man, young brother, you invited out. We already told you, you know what I mean? You invited, hey, and that's a commandment too. That's a commandment. It ain't an option of, you know what I'm saying, whether you know what I mean, you want to go or not. That is a commandment in the Bible that we have to keep the Lord's Passover. So, you know what I mean? We all got to be in one area, in one zone at the same time, dwelling in brotherhood. You know what I mean? Getting to see brothers that you ain't seen in a long time, or introducing yourself to new brothers, to your new family. You know what I mean? That's what you gain when you come up in the truth. You end up losing a family, and you end up gaining a whole bigger, more loyal family. You understand? That's right. You understand? You know what I mean? So we're gonna get some more. Go ahead. if it was some more on that.
And shall be removed into all kingdoms of the earth. Right.
So that was it on that. You know what I mean? This is what we would want to have done. We would want to, you know what I'm saying, not be in that predicament. You would rather be on the Lord's good side. Be on his good side, man. You don't want to be on the side, on the left-hand side where he turning his face away from you, man. He turned his face the other way. And all, you know, manners of wickedness come upon you because he ain't got his hand over you no more. He ain't watching over you no more, man. You don't want that. You want the opposite. All right. So let's get Deuteronomy 28, verse 28.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. The Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart.
The Lord shall smite thee with madness, blindness, and blindness of heart. It's like and blindness and astonishment of heart. You understand? That's what the Lord going, you know, say he would do to us. And that's happened. That prophecy came to pass. If y'all ain't know, this whole thing talking about niggas and Latinos right now. This is talking about us. You know what I mean? This whole Deuteronomy, you know what I mean, gifts and curses, you know what I mean, it's coming. It's talking about us. The madness and the blindness and astonishment of heart. You know what I mean? I see that every day. I see that every day walking through and roaming around Trenton, New Jersey and Philadelphia. I see that every single day with brothers, you know what I mean, that's out their mind, you know what I mean, because of the predicament they've been in. You know what I'm saying? Brothers haven't eaten in a long time. So they suffering. You understand? They got to get used to being homeless. So that take, you know what I mean? That probably take a lot. You understand? And you take a look at them homeless brothers and them homeless sisters out there. They used to be regular, ordinary people at one point. You know what I mean? At one point in time, they were normal, just like us. They were, you know what I mean, regular, you know, operational people. You know what I mean? But the white man, who is the devil the Bible speaks of, put these traps, these snares in a place for us to fall in. And now it's like they slowly cooking us, man. And some of us are falling quicker than the others, brother. You know what I mean? Like the white man is diabolical. You understand? Let's get some more. Where we at?
29.
All right. No, you can drop that. Go up to verse 30. Let's go here. Good night. Let's go to verse 30.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man lie with her. You understand? This is what happens to us. Now, these are the curses that we under. You understand? You go ahead and take a wife. Another brother is gonna sleep with your woman. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the curses we under right now. All right. It's, you know, and this, you know what I mean? And it's sad, you know what I mean? But we can get out of this. We can get out of this darkness, though. You know what I mean? It's a way to get out of this darkness. Let me see. Now you can go up more. Hold on, let me see. This might be more than that. Yeah, you can drop that. Go up to verse 30. I want to say 32.
Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. You understand? Who are these other people? You know what I mean? Who are these other people? You know what I mean? They ain't our brother. No, that for damn sure. You understand? Let me see. Let's go ahead. Read on some more.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Meaning,
there shall be no might in thy hand.
Meaning this. Man, when you read, that's like when you go ahead and you got your sons sold and all that. Your sons and daughters sold, not you got them, but they sold your sons and all that. We're gonna be looking for them all the day long with no might in our hand, right? Meaning we ain't gonna have nothing to do. We ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna be nothing we can do about it. Ain't gonna be a damn thing we can do about it. Ain't gonna be no power in our hands to do anything. All right. Let's go ahead and go to verse 30. Let's go to 30. Yeah, man. Let's go to 35.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 35.
Uh-huh.
The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs,
right,
with a sword botch that cannot be healed.
Right. You understand? Like, go ahead, read that last part right there.
From thy soles of thy foot unto the top of thy head.
Yeah, man, we getting worked to death in America. You know what I mean? Brothers working in these factories and all that on their feet all day long and all that. You understand? Steel-toe boots. You know what I mean? Amazon, all that, working brothers to death. Listen, that's the life we live in today. You know what I mean? We on our feet 8 hours a day, man, with 15-minute breaks. You know what I mean? You got to scarf your food up and get back on the line. You know what I mean? The white man's the devil. Go ahead. Let's see. Go to verse. You can go to verse. Now go to verse 48.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send.
Before you do that, brother, Salaki, go to verse 41.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 41. Thou shalt begot sons.
You had it right the first time. Beget.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
Right. We're going to have sons and daughters. We ain't going to be able to enjoy them because they're going to be in the captivity. They're going to be sold in captivity. That happened. You understand? We're going to go back to this. I'm going to go back to this after we get to the meat of it. You know what I mean? All right, go back to where you was at, verse 48.
48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. He's sending it. And why he's sending them against us? Because we chose not to listen. Chose not to listen to what the Most High said. You understand? Only reason why this, disgusting bastard is ruling over the earth right now is because of our wickedness. It's because of our iniquities. You know what I mean? He's not a better man than us. The white man is not by far, by a long shot, is not a better man than a black man, than a Latino man, Native American man. You understand? They are not better than us at all, at nothing. You understand? They're not better family men. They're not better, athletes. They're not better husbands. They're not better fathers. You know what I mean? They are nothing. They are nothing. They don't light a candle to the black man, to the Latino man, Native American man. You understand? The only reason he's on top right now is because we chose to disobey God. So, the Most High, he turned his head away from us. You know what I'm saying? His protection went away from us. All right, let's get some more.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Right. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He gonna put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. me see if I can find a picture up here for the people that's watching online. You understand? You know what I mean? Yoke of iron upon thy neck. You know what I mean? This is what happened. You know what I mean? The white man put iron chains around our neck. You know what I mean? To keep us in a formation. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put this picture up on the screen right here. It's a perfect one. All right. 1 second. 1 second. You know what I mean? We got to understand, man. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. We say that for a reason. We ain't saying he the devil for no reason at all. It's a reason behind what we say, why we say it. It ain't because of his skin. You know what I mean? People love to say that. You know what I mean? You hate me because of my skin color, or you hate the white man because of his skin color. Nah. First off, God hates the white man. That's first and foremost. That's biblical. All right. We hate what the Most High hates. All right. Now, you know what I'm saying? It ain't because of his skin color. It's because of the crimes your people have committed against mine. You understand? It's because of the evil that your people have committed against mine. You know what I mean? The iniquities, man. You know what I mean? Your forefathers did heinous things, committed heinous actions, man. And you're reaping the benefits of it. You're reaping the benefits of it. You're able to walk around freely in America and you understand, be a little free white boy out here doing whatever the hell you want, doing stupid stuff like that show Jackass, doing they dumb retardedness all day. You know what I'm saying? Because they're in their heaven. You're in your heaven right now. America's your heaven. You know what I mean? Enjoy it while it lasts too. But you know what I'm saying? This place was built off of murder, iniquity, sin. You understand? Because the Trail of Tears was led by Andrew Jackson. You know what I mean? Anybody don't know what the Trail of Tears were. The Trail of Tears is when Andrew Jackson, man, you know, he led Native American Indians, you know what I mean, the tribe of Gad, the chosen people of God, according to the Bible, and the tribe of Reuben, I believe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the tribe of Reuben. And led them down this trail, you know what I mean? And through the winter, the harsh weather, you know what I mean, harsh, you know what I mean, temperatures and environment of the winter time, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it was pregnant women, you understand, bare feet, elderly men and women, weak men and women, children, you understand? He took the babies of the pregnant woman, snatched them out their belly, and dashed their heads against tree trunks, man. That's what he did. That's what your famous Andrew Jackson did on your $20 bill. For all you niggas that love the dollar bill so much and idolize money all the damn time, right? That's what he did to your brothers, to my brothers. You understand? To my sisters out there. That's what he did, and that's what they got to pay for. Not because of Mathumyad, Officer Mathumyad said they need to pay. Nah, it's because the Most High said he has to pay for his actions. You understand? These ain't none of my words right here. These are the Most High's words. Go ahead, brother. I forgot where we was at. Go ahead.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Y'all see the yoke of iron upon the neck on the screen. Oh, Slocky, brother. My bad, brother. Y'all see the yoke of iron upon the neck on the screen. This is what he did to us, man. You know what I mean? Disgusting bastard. You know what I mean? The scriptures say, you know what I mean? You know, whatever thou reap, whatever a man reap, thou shalt, you know, whatever a man soweth, thou shalt thou also reap. You understand? Hey, y'all got a day coming. Y'all got a day coming. You know what I'm saying? A dark one too. Go ahead, brother.
Until he had destroyed thee.
Until he destroyed us. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle's flight.
Mm-hmm. The white. Oh, my fault, brother. The white man loved to call himself and symbolize himself as the bald eagle. You know what I mean? Like the bald eagle. You know what I mean? That bald eagle's on there on behind the coins that you got, behind the the counterfeit that they have here, the money that's here. They idolize that eagle. You know what I'm saying? Hell, the Philadelphia Eagles, they love that eagle to fly throughout the stadium and all that during their important games and all that. You know what I'm saying? The white man loves to symbolize itself as the eagle. You know what I'm saying? He loves that. Also, if you look at any other symbol, the symbolization of the FBI, I believe, or just anything, you know what I mean? They got that, you know what I mean, that eagle in their background. You know what I mean? What the hell? What else they say? They love to say this too. The eagle has landed. You know what I'm saying? Whenever people get paid and all that, everything about the eagle to them, man. Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
And we ain't gonna understand their tongue. We ain't gonna understand their tongue. Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
Right. A nation of fierce countenance. You know what I mean? The look on their face, they just ready to do all manners of evil. You know what I mean? Do all, you know what I mean? All things wicked. You know what I mean? They just they got the look on their face like they up to no good. You understand? Fierce, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old. What else to say, brother?
Nor show favor to the young.
Nor show favor to the young. They ain't gonna give a damn about no babies and none of that. Why the hell you think they set up abortion clinics in all the black neighborhoods? You understand? Because they don't give a damn about the young. They don't care about the old. You know what I mean? They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They about to cut Medicaid off. They about to do all that too. You know what I'm saying? The white man, some, you know what I mean? He's something. He's the devil. Let's get it, man. Let's get some more.
51. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land.
Right. You understand? He going all the land that should belong to us. You know what I mean? He gonna eat of all the land. He do that now. He got all the resources now in America to live right, to even make sure black people and Latinos and Native American Indians live very well off. He has all that power and the resources now to do that. But he won't do it because why? He's a greedy bastard. He wants to eat, like I said right here, he's going to eat up all the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land. He's going to take over everything and keep it for himself. And if you want to give anybody something, he's going to give it to Moab. He's going to give it to Ammon. He's going to give it to Chinese and Japanese and put them over us. You understand? He's not going to do right by us because he hates us with a perpetual hatred. You understand? That's what the scriptures say. Let's get some more.
Until thou be destroyed.
Right.
Which
now you could drop that. So I can go to verse. So we was at 40. We went to 50. Let's go to verse 64.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right. Right.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
Right. Like, you understand? He's going to scatter us from one end of the earth into the other. Take a look at us now. Take a look at Black and Latinos and Native Americans now. We are on South America, Central America, you know what I mean, the Caribbean. And prayers go up, you know what I mean, for the brothers in the Caribbean islands, man. You know what I'm saying? Pray they get through that, man. You know what I mean? But I pray the Lord destroy their oppressors that's out there, though. You know what I mean? Their oppressors that's out there. The East Indians are oppressing them like hell, you know what I mean? Like I can't even explain out there, man. You know what I mean? I pray them brothers, you know what I mean, are Tawad, man. But, you know what I mean, we all over. We scattered abroad. Like I just said, out there, we in Canada, we in the United States,
Okay.
we in the UK, we over there in you know what I'm saying? We every damn where. Middle, some brothers, you know what I mean, Middle East right now. We all over the damn place. You know what I mean? It said we scattered abroad. Go ahead.
All right. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have never have known. You know what I mean? Our fathers ain't know these little guys that they got. You know what I'm saying? All these dumb. We about to explain some of these guys. Go ahead, bro.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. You know what I mean? The wood meaning that wooden cross in the Christian church, and that stone, that rock in Mecca, that dumb rock in Mecca, like the Bible called it, that dumb rock. You understand? These are the gods that our father had never known. These idols, man. This is what we been brought up to, you know what I mean, worship today in America. I mean, worship these dumb gods. You know what I'm saying? That can't, and I don't understand how Muslim brothers trying to in Islam and they bow down to a goddamn rock. I don't understand when that rock can do nothing for you. It can't feed you. It can't stand up. It can't go to the bathroom. It can't cook food. It can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Only thing it's good for is hitting somebody on the goddamn head with. But you know what I mean? That's about it. You know what I mean? That rock is gonna be a rock. It's just gonna sit there. You know what I'm saying? So you celebrating, it's like you worshiping a rock and Allah is foolishness. Is idiotic. Same thing goes for worshiping that wooden cross in the Christian church. You know what I mean? Once you do that, man, you just, you know what I'm saying? You just really out of it now. You know what I mean? You damn near Sambo for the white man now. You understand? You know what I mean? Praying and crying to a white idol. God damn it. Like it's crazy. It's insane, man. We gotta understand. We can never, you know what I mean, go into these idols, man. We gotta always keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Go ahead, read, brother.
65. And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall thy sole of thy foot have rest.
Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna have no rest. You understand? We ain't gonna have no rest, no ease. They work us all the day long. They work us down to the bone, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just saying, on the factory jobs, when you work, whether you're working in fast food, wherever you're working at, you getting work to the bone. You know what I mean? You doing everything, and you tired as hell at the end of the day. That's how they doing us here. We you understand? We getting worked here. Go ahead. You go skip down a verse. Let me see. 60. Go ahead. Yeah, verse 68. Capital.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Right.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He going. What's that, brother? Not right now. You can stay where you at. This is the book. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28:68. It said, read that part again right there.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said he gonna bring us into Egypt again. Egypt again. You understand? What does the word Egypt mean? You know what I mean? Egypt is a Greek word for bondage. You understand? A Greek word for bondage, which means what? Why would the Most High say he gonna bring us into bondage again? The word, when it says that, he gonna bring us into bondage again, it ain't saying he gonna bring us back to Egypt again. It ain't saying he gonna bring us back, you know what I mean, to the land of Egypt already, that he destroyed already. He's gonna bring us back into bondage again. You know what I'm saying? He gonna explain some more. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. With ships. He ain't just gonna bring us back into bondage any old way. He gonna bring us into this bondage and this particular captivity by the way of cargo slave ships, by the way of ships. You understand? Who else on the planet, you know what I'm saying, was brought into slavery by the way of ships? Nobody. You understand? No one. Blacks and Hispanics are the ones that was brought into slavery with slave ships. You understand? Cargo slave ships. We were cargo to them, man. You understand? The ships provided by the Arabs, you know what I mean? Financed by the Edomites, you understand? You know what I mean? Which are Edomites, you know what I'm saying? And if you got a point, you want to bring out a point, you just, you know what I mean, raise your hand like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the Africans rounded us up in their jungles and all that. They rounded us up. That's what they did, man. You know what I mean? It was a whole scheme, a whole money scheme. It was a, you know, it was a business. Evil, wicked business. That's why America built off blood. You know what I mean? And the Lord gonna require that he answer for his crimes. Let's get some more.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. Meaning this land where I just brought you from, you know what I mean? You ain't never gonna see it again. As a nation, we ain't never gonna see that land again until Christ come back. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Sold unto who?
Your enemies.
Who?
Your enemies.
Sold unto our enemies. Did it say our best friends? Nah. It didn't say our best friends.
Your enemies.
Nah, yeah. Our enemies. You know what I mean? Not your, you know what I'm saying, your co-workers. No. It says your enemies. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? You can never, you know what I mean, get along with the white man. It just ain't no getting along with him. You know what I mean? Because his ways, you know, is, you know, just wicked and disgusting. You know what I mean? He lives his life by the way of the sword, which was he was blessed with the sword. You know what I mean? The Most High blessed him with the sword. But you know what I mean? He got a bad day. He has a bad, terrible day ahead of him, man. You know, man, he gonna have to answer for everything. And he's done a lot. And a lot of the things he's done is still covered up to this day. But the Lord knows. The Lord knows. And that's the thing that's what matters right there. So it says, by the way of where I was slacking, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, which means slave men and slave women. You know what I mean? That's what happened to us. This is biblical prophecy. Biblical prophecy that happened, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But this was written thousands and thousands of years ago. This prophecy came to pass. You know what I mean? These are one of the prophecies that came to pass. It's more in here that's happening right now, and there's some prophecies in here that's going to happen in the near future. You understand? You know what I mean? The Bible is a living book. This is a living book. Go ahead, read on.
And no man shall buy you.
And what?
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. For Pan-Africans out there, go call your African homies, man, and tell them why they ain't help us out. Why they ain't send no, you know what I mean, no Navy or nothing to come over here and, you know what I mean, help us out, help their brothers out. If we really African, right? Go ahead and call your African homies, them your musty homies, man. You know what I mean? What they call, what's that food they eat, man? That food, you know the food they, yeah. Call your fufu brothers, man. You know what I mean? Call them up, see if they love you or not. See if they your people or not. You don't even look like them. Everybody that got dark skin does not mean we the same. You understand? Just because they got darker skin does not mean we are the same people. They know we not the same. And guess what? I'm telling you now, there is a difference between us and them. You know what I mean? They're Hamitic, we're Shemitic. You know what I mean? We come from Shem, they come from Ham. All right? And what comes out of Shem? Jacob, you know what I mean, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I mean? Jacob got his name changed to Israel. You know what I mean? And we come out of Israel. We come out of the son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is, you know what I mean? Jacob got his name changed to Israel, meaning we're Israelites, the sons and daughters of Israel. All right? That's us. You know what I mean? Ham, they're Hamitic. You know what I mean? Even if you get your compact Bible dictionary, I don't have mine on me right now at the moment. But in there it says, man, Ham. You know what I mean? The fourth son of Noah. You know what I mean? He was one of the six sons to make it through the flood. You know what I mean? And he was the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. You know what I mean? The white man understands that he is, you know what I mean, not one of us. The white man knows that Africans and Negroes are not the same people. He knows that. He knows that. And you got to ask why you don't know that. You got to ask that. You know what I mean? Why haven't we been taught that, you know what I mean, we're not African? But all we've been learning in education, in the poor education system coming up in Trenton, New Jersey, and all the other public school systems in the urban areas and the urban cities across America, that we've been taught that we were Africans, that we were descendants from Africans, that we were, you know what I mean, we had bushes wrapped around us and all that garbage. That was them Hamites, them stinking behind Hamites, them Africans. That was them doing that. They try to lie and make it and try to destroy our spirit, saying that was us. I ain't never liked it when they said that we was African. That didn't even sound right. That didn't even sit right to me. I ain't know nothing about the truth. But them saying, nah, you're African. I'm like, dang, I never said yes to that. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That just don't sit right to me. You know what I mean? But so when I learned that we really are not them, it meant everything to me. You know what I mean? It meant the world to me. You know what I mean? Especially in this proof, the white man knows it and all that too. Listen, man. But who are the Africans though? It'll say if you pull it up in your Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it'll say the Canaanites, the Libyanites. It'll say the Cushites. It'll say raise your hand. Go ahead.
Egyptians.
And the Egyptians. And Ethiopians. Yup. All them. They got more nations in the nation of Ham, in the land of Ham too. You know what I mean? They call it Africa. Africa is a name. It's a white man. That's the white man. You know, they name Africa by the name of Africanus. You know what I'm saying? That land is called the land of Ham. You know what I mean? Really, Mizraim. You know what I'm saying? That's that land over there, man. You know what I mean? Bunch of heathens, right? So it said, yeah, man, that's us right there. And in the 68th verse of this right here, man, it says we were bondmen, bondwomen sold into our enemies, man. And we were, you know what I mean, sold into slavery with ships. Only people on the planet was sold by the cargo slave ships was black and Hispanics. You know what I mean? People love to hate on our Latino brothers, man. When the Latinos saw the bottom of a slave ship before the Negro ever did. You know what I mean? The Taino Indians, man, suffered that, you know, way before us. You know what I mean? Check out 1492 when they was, you know what I mean, when they was went under that onslaught of the Spaniards, man, conquistadors. You know what I mean? That's what happened to them. And they got, you know, it was terrible what happened. You know what I mean? To all the 12 tribes, it was terrible what happened to us, man. But we're gonna win at the end, though. We're gonna win at the end of this. We gotta know what we have to do. And what we've been talking about this whole class is we gotta know, you know, how we get on the Lord's good side. We gotta listen, we gotta hearken to the voice of the Lord our God. Once we do that, man, the Lord gonna overtake us with blessings. The Lord gonna overtake us with all these blessings, man. You understand? Let's get some more. Let me drop that, right? And we can go straight into. Give me Matthew 15, Matthew 10, and 10 and 5 real quick. And we got to understand, why hasn't this thing been taught to us? Why haven't, you know what I mean, the white man told us these things? Because he's a deceiver. That's why we call him the devil. You understand? Why haven't your pastor told you these things? Well, he's a whore for the white man, and he's endorsed by the white man. His daddy, the white man. You know what I mean? So we expecting, you know, he lying too, just like his daddy, the devil. He's lying, and he want to be rich off you, just like the white man does. So, you know what I'm saying? Why haven't we been taught this? Your pastor's been lying to you. You should leave out your church right now. Kick down the doors, sprint out of every, you know, all the brothers in there in them churches, sprint out them doors and don't turn around. Don't look back, because they withholding good information. They withholding your history from you. That Bible that's sitting in your home with all the dust collected on it, you know, collected on it, because you ain't been touching it, you ain't been looking at it, you ain't been reading it, you ain't been studying it. You know what I mean? That same Bible that collect all the dust bunnies in your grandmama home, in your mama's house. You know what I mean? In that same Bible, your history's in there. You understand? Your history, your culture, you know what I mean? What you ate and what you didn't eat, what you celebrated, what you didn't celebrate. You know what I mean? How you dealt with certain offenses that happened to you, man. You know what I mean? All those things is in the Bible. It's in there. It's our culture. You know what I mean? You want to get some understanding on why the white man don't get the Bible. It's because it's not for him. This Bible ain't for him, man. It was never for him. The Bible, man, the word Bible is a Greek word. It comes from the word biblos. You know what I mean? The word biblos mean what? Composition. And whose compositions are these in the Bible? Whose compositions are these? It's the black man's, the Latino man's, the Native American man's. You know what I mean? It's the Israelites' Bible. It ain't the white man's Bible. All right. Anytime it speak about the white man in there, it's telling how he's the devil, how he been doing all manners of wickedness. You know what I'm saying? How he been disgusting on the earth, how he come out the caves of Mount Seir and all that. That's where it talks about the white man at. It ain't talking about him being the chosen people on the earth. It ain't talking about that. You know what I mean? That ain't speaking of him. You know what I mean? At all. What I told you to grab?
Matthew 10 and 5.
Before we go there, let's get this real quick. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and then we're gonna go to there. We're gonna go there. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You know what I mean? It ain't say nothing about how the white man is chosen on the earth. You know what I mean? He's the wicked on the earth. We know that. He's the wicked. But this is one thing we got to know about us, and this is in the Bible. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people.
For thou art a holy people. We in the book of Deuteronomy again. The Lord is speaking about the Israelites, blacks and Hispanics. Read again from the top, brother.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. You know what I mean? We bring this precept out all the time. You know what I mean? Holy people. The word holy means to be separate or to be set apart. In the book of Leviticus 20 and 26, it speaks about how the Most High separated us from the other nations. You know what I mean? How he made us holy. You know what I mean? How he's holy. You know what I mean? He made us separate from all these other nations. He don't want us to be hand in hand in a rainbow coalition with all these nations, man. He wants us to be separated. You know what I mean? That's why America is so damn evil and wicked, because that's what we doing here in America. We all here in a melting pot. And that's exactly what the Most High don't want for his children. You know what I mean? It's Babylon all over again. And this is Babylon. Believe that, brother. And we know what the Bible say about Babylon, that great whore that sitteth upon many waters. We know about what it say about that. It's coming. It's coming. Go ahead, read on.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. And
the Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Let me stop sharing this. You know what I'm saying? The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Right? Read on.
Above.
Who?
Above.
Above what? Oh,
above.
It can't say above. Beneath.
Above.
You know what I'm saying? Above. Go ahead.
All the people that are upon the face of the earth.
Some of the people.
All the people that are upon the face of the earth.
A little bit of the people.
All the people that are upon the face of the earth.
All the people that are upon the face of this earth. That's what our position is, black man. The white man is not better than us. He can never be better than us. It shows in the entertainment industry every day how we better than them. How we better than them at everything that we set to put our hand at. You know what I mean? Everything we touch is gold. Turns to gold. You know what I mean? Anything we decide to do, we the best at it. We're not beneath them. But why are we beneath them? You know what I mean? You gotta come back to the Lord. Is there any more on that?
Oh, that was it.
That was it. Let's go back to Matthew 10 and 5. You know what I mean? And our pastors, our preachers, you know what I mean? Everybody that is supposed to be our leaders in the black community, they supposed to teach us these things, but why don't they teach us? You know what I mean? This is one of the things they don't teach us as well. They say that Christ was supposed to love everybody. That Christ loved everybody. And that's why that movie, I just saw a video about it today. That movie, Passion of the Christ, that movie is satanic as hell. You understand? Got the white man in there acting like he Christ and all that, acting like he's suffering and all that garbage. If that was true and that white man was, Christ, he would never get crucified. He would never be crucified. Everybody would love him. The famous beach boy that everybody loves so damn much. They will love him. They will have an inauguration for him. You know what I mean? They will not put him to death, but the Romans would put a nigga to death though. You know what I mean? The Romans would whip a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Whip him bloody. You understand? Have a crown of thorns put on his head and all that. You know what I mean? The white man would trick niggas to say, nah, he's not our king. Caesar is our king. The Romans would do that. The white man would do that, though. You know what I'm saying? Read what you got, bro.
Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles. So Matthew commanded his men, his 12, his disciples, right, to not go into the way of the Gentiles. Now, anybody that don't know out there, this is why it's good to get your Compact Bible Dictionary too. It's going to help you out with your studies coming up in the truth. You know what I mean? As a young man, you know what I mean? Gentiles. Anytime you see the word Gentiles, it'll either mean the ones of us, like the brothers, you know what I mean? Us of the 12 tribes that is behaving like heathen. That's not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. And we consider Gentiles because we considered outcasts. Because why? We're not keeping the law. All right. On the other hand, a Gentile would mean, which is in this context of what it's talking about, people that's outside of the nation of Israel, the heathen, the people that don't keep the commandments of God, they're heathen, you know what I mean? And they not Israelites. That's what it's speaking about right here. All right. So read again from the top, brother. Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Go not into the way unto the Gentiles. You understand? Go not unto the way of the Gentiles. That's what we are not to do. You understand? We are not to go into the way of the Gentiles. Doesn't that sound a lot like how? That sounds a lot like, you know what I mean, the Most High Christ not trying to get everybody saved. He's not trying to have everybody be saved right now. If he was, he'd have been like, I don't give a damn where you go. Just wake everybody up. You understand? That's what he would have said. But he didn't say that here. He told his disciples, don't go into the city of the Samaritans. Don't go into the way of the Gentiles. But go where? Read that last part again. I didn't read that. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, read on the slide. Verse 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But go rather unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? Meaning the lost 12 tribes.
the blacks, the Latinos, and the Native American Indians. We got all 12 tribes, you know what I mean? The Negro, the, you know what I mean, West Indians, prayers going up for them brothers, man. The Puerto Ricans, prayers going up for them, you know what I mean? The Trinidadians, you know what I mean? Trinidad and Tobago, you know what I mean? Prayers go up to them brothers, man. You know what I mean? Pray the Lord be with them brothers out there. You know what I mean? The tribe of Gad, the North American Indian, the Seminole Indians, you understand? The Mexicans, the, you know what I mean? The Dominicans, the Haitians, you know what I mean? The Venezuelans, the Colombians, Peruvians, you know what I mean? We got, you know, all of our brothers, man, all 12 tribes. You understand? All right. It says, but go rather where?
To the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Unto the house of Israel. You understand? You know what I mean? It sounds like Christ didn't want everybody to be saved. That's what that sounds like right there. Let's get another one that's more, that hits harder than that. Not that it hit harder, but this one might, you know, cut a little deeper. Let's get Matthew 15:24.
Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Again from the top.
But he answered and said, I am not sent.
He said, I am not sent. I am not sent. Get that clear. Let's make that clear. Read.
I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
But, meaning only, unto the house, lost sheep of the house of Israel. You understand? Meaning only us. You know what I mean? Christians ain't no way you can get around that. You know what I mean? You got to be illiterate if you want to, or you just don't want to believe it. You know what I mean? That Christ only died, only came for the Latinos, the Latinos suffering in the barrio. You know what I mean? The brothers suffering and starving in the ghetto. The Native Americans starving to death in the reservations. You understand? He only came for us. He only died for us, man. His blood shed for us. It didn't shed. Christ's blood did not shed for you wicked bastards, you white devils, man. He didn't do that. You know what I mean? He didn't do that. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, and Christ did not die for you devils, man. You know what I mean? That's what it say verbatim right there. Right there, it says it. You know what I mean? And that's something that we got to understand. So then Christians will also say this, right, brother? They'll be like, well, what about, they'll pull a precept where it says, where I believe Matthew, last chapter, last verse. You pull that up, let me get it. I'm going to catch up with you as well. Because I don't want you to get tricked by this either. And you coming up, they're going to, you know what I mean? Let's get it. Go ahead. You want to bring something out? Go ahead. I thought you want to bring something. Okay, no sweat. They would like to pull this sometime as well, right? I'm gonna catch up with you. Damn. Give me a hard time over here, Slack. Damn. Hold on. All right. 28th chapter. You could start at verse Matthew 28, verse verse 19. Start there.
Matthew chapter 28, verse 19. Go ye, therefore, and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father.
It said, wait, in the beginning of that, read it again from the top, brother.
Go ye, therefore, and teach all nations, baptizing them.
See, it says all nations. It says all nations right there, right? You know what I mean? And there, a Christian will be like, yeah, all right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All nations. It's speaking about all nations, right? Read it again, nice and slow.
Go ye, therefore, and teach all nations.
All nations, right? Go ahead.
Baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Now,
when it says Holy Ghost there, brother, that's a mistranslation, right? That's one of the things that was translated incorrectly in the scriptures, right? So when you read that, anytime it says Holy Ghost, you say Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, all right? Just so you know. All right. You read again. You can go to verse. Read again. Verse 19.
And go ye therefore and teach all nations,
Mm-hmm.
baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost.
Oh, say the Holy Spirit.
And the Holy Spirit.
Gotcha. Now go to verse 20.
20. Teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you. And lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the world.
All right, stop right there. Now, anybody that read that, like, well, Christians out there, they happy to hear that. They just don't understand the Bible. They don't understand the Bible. They don't know what they talking about. This is why they shouldn't read the Bible. This is why, well, no, not that they shouldn't read it. Let me take that back. They shouldn't teach the Bible. They shouldn't be teaching this Bible. You ain't authorized, first and foremost. First of all, you ain't even authorized to teach the Bible. You know what I mean? Because you got to be taught your damn self. You don't know a goddamn thing. You know what I mean? I'll give a damn. You read the front to the back of the Bible. You still don't got to have a clue about what the Bible is even talking about. You know what I mean? This Bible is meant to be read precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. That's how this Bible is supposed to be read. All right. So when it's speaking about this, right? You know what I mean? It's speaking about what's the all nations. What's the all nations? Let's get it. Let's get the all nations. We read it earlier, and we read one of the precepts earlier. Go ahead, but we're gonna get a couple of them. Go ahead to Deuteronomy 28:68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Oh no, Salaki. Verse 64, Salaki.
All right. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
Scatter thee amongst who? All people. Go ahead.
From the one end of the earth unto the other.
Unto the other. You understand? What's the all nations? What it's talking about? What's the all people? You know what I'm saying? Let me catch up with you where you at. Deuteronomy 28:64. You know what I mean? That's what it's talking about when it's speaking about the all nations. It's speaking about us that was scattered abroad, all nations. That's what it's speaking about. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it's talking about. Yeah. And so go ahead, read on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee amongst all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shalt thou serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Right. So that's what it say, man. It says we're gonna be scattered among all nations, among all people. You know what I mean? Let's get some more. Let me find another precept for that. You know what I mean? Let's get some more. Let's get this one right here. This is the killer. Deuteronomy 4 and 27. Deuteronomy 4:27.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 27.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall scatter you amongst the nations.
Amongst the who?
The nations.
The nations. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
And ye shall be left few in numbers among the heathen, whether the Lord shall lead you.
This is that. So now you got some understanding about what is speaking about Matthew 28 and verse 19. You know what I'm saying? When it say among all nations, because you got to understand this, the Bible never contradicts itself. You know what I mean? You just don't understand what you're reading. You know what I mean? So when it says that all nations teach all nations, this Christ is saying for his disciples, he's commanding them. He's giving them an order. You know what I'm saying? An order as the man over them. You know what I'm saying? To go ahead and teach all the brothers, the brothers that's in Philippia, the brothers that's in Galatia, the brothers that's in Corinth. You understand? The brothers that scattered all the way abroad in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? The brothers that scattered in wherever at, you know what I mean, in Greece. You know what I mean? That's what it's saying. Not just in Jerusalem. Not don't just teach the brothers there. Teach them there too. But go to Corinth. Go to Philippia. You know what I'm saying? Go to Galatia. Go to you know what I'm saying? All them other places where all the nations are at and where they're scattered abroad at. Where them brothers are scattered abroad, all nations. You know what I mean? And we very few amongst all them nations. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, we few in number against in amongst all them nations. You know what I mean? So there you go. You know what I mean? Because Christians gonna come with that. You know what I mean? Christians gonna come with that all day long. You be able to, you know, tell them what it is, man. It's a lot. Let me see. So, you know what I mean? From right there, let's go ahead and grab some more. You know what I mean? So let's get it. Let me see. I want to see something real quick. This is another good one. This is good. Oh, you want to bring precept out? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Isaiah 11 and 12.
You said for brotherhood?
No, I got Isaiah 11 and 12.
Do you think?
Isaiah verse 11. Chapter 11, verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We were scattered abroad, all nations. We amongst all nations today. What the hell are we talking about? Like we was just talking about earlier. We in the Caribbean. We in, you know what I'm saying, all them islands over there, South Central America. We in America, U.S., North America. We in Canada. We in UK. Some niggas in China right now. God damn it, you know what I mean. Some niggas is in India. Some brothers over there in the Middle East still today. You know what I mean. Some people, we are scattered abroad. You know what I mean. Some brothers, some ignorant brothers, thought it was right to go travel to Africa, to Ghana for a better life when they getting extorted. You know what I mean? Out of, you know what I'm saying? They getting extorted like crazy over there. You know what I mean? We scattered abroad all nations. We're among all nations. Christ wanted brothers to teach all nations, the brothers amongst all nations. That's what that means for Christians that needed that understanding right there. Let's get Amos 9 and 9. Amos 9 and 9. All right. I'm gonna catch up with you too. This the killer right here. This the killer. It's gonna put it to death right here. Mm-hmm. So yeah, whenever you got it, brother. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 9 and verse 9. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel.
You know, when you sift something, you sifting something, you getting all the bad things out of the sift. You know what I mean? You sifting something, you trying to get the inequalities out. You know what I'm saying? That's when you sifting something, right? All right. Now the Lord saying He's sifting us. He's trying to, you know, sift us, right? Go ahead.
For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
Among who?
All nations.
Among what?
All nations.
For Christians that didn't hear.
All nations.
All nations. Read.
Like as corn is sifted in the seed.
Mm-hmm.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
This is what it's talking about for Christians out there that don't know. You understand? Know the Bible. That's all. You don't know the Bible, maybe you should learn a little something before you're trying to start teaching somebody. You know what I mean? Or maybe you should just lead it. That's the better option. Lead the church all and as a whole. Lead the whole church and come in the doors of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge nearest you. You know what I mean? You need to come in these classes. You know what I mean? Get that brainwashing of Christianity off your mind. Because as you see, you thought you've been in church your whole life and didn't know a goddamn thing about the Bible. You know what I mean? But when you come in amongst the priests and prophets of the Lord that was, ordained, by men above us, by the Most High, under the Most High, to, teach these scriptures, because we've been taught properly. We've been taught by men that know, that men that were taught, by men prior to them. You understand? So this is what we got to do. Come in the UPK, change your life. You understand? In the church, they don't give y'all no rules in there. Y'all do whatever y'all want in there. You know what I mean? In the church, y'all can whore, sisters can whore out of both jaw legs, you understand, and still be looked at as respectable, looked at as whatever, because everybody's lusting after that sister any damn way. They lusting after everybody, and everybody in there is a big, it's a big old whorehouse up in the church. You know what I'm saying? And a big homosexuality, a big homo festival in there. You know what I mean? With all them homos in the choir, with that softy as you're playing on the piano and all that, making men effeminate, making our young men effeminate when they are supposed to be growing up to be strong men, strong soldiers of the Lord, of the, of Yahushua Mashiach. You understand? In the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You know what I mean? And the church don't want to do that. That's fine. That's perfect. You wasn't meant for the job anyway. Well, you ain't fit for the job anyway. You understand? I.S.U.P.K is doing this job. We raising up families all across the globe, and we feeding families across the globe. You know what I mean? Them brothers and sisters in the Bahamas and Jamaica and all that. You know what I mean? Them brothers and sisters in the UPK out there. You know what I mean? Best believe they gonna get taken care of. Best believe that. We are, that goes without saying. We just came from the Bahamas a few months, not even a few months, a month and a half ago, because of a natural disaster out there that messed up the farming out there, and we had to rebuild the farm. And guess what's about to happen now? We're about to go back and fix that. You know what I mean? That farm we have out there. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do, because we're priests and prophets of the Lord that was given the duty to take care of the sheep. You know what I mean? To feed the flock, feed Christ's flock. That's what our King wants us to do. So that's what we do. You know what I mean? And for young brothers coming up in the truth now, man, I commend brothers, man, because it takes a lot for you to leave, to turn your back on the world. You know what I mean? What the world has to offer you. The world has everything to offer you, man. My God, like, you know what I mean? What brothers in the world love so much? They free to do whatever. They free to get high. They free to do you know what I mean? So sell trap, you know what I mean? Do that. Do all manner of evil, man. You know what I mean? Free to sleep with another man's woman or another brother's woman, which is homo in itself. So free to do whatever the hell you want to do out there. The thing is, when you come up in here, you just can't do it in here. But you do it anywhere else outside there, outside these doors. You got that freedom to do it. So for you to turn your back on that so-called freedom that the white man tricks you in thinking you got, because the Lord gonna punish you anyway, and you turn your back on that, you come in the doors in the UPK, man. I commend brothers for doing that. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of strength to do it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of men will see us and be like, man, where the purple at? You know what I'm saying? Where the others at? You know what I'm saying? That's what it takes. So it takes men with strength. It takes men with courage. And let's get some precepts for brothers like that. For brothers that's going through that journey right now. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter. So this is an apocryphal, brother. Yeah, ain't no sweat. You got it on the phone? Okay, no sweat. Yeah, 2nd Ezra, I believe, 2nd chapter. Let me look. First chapter. No. Bear with me a second. Okay. Bear with me a second. All right. Okay. Let me look for this joint real quick. You know what I mean? This is what, you know what I mean, we have to understand, and the spirit we have to have coming up in this truth in I.S.U.P.K. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. You know what I mean? That happens. A lot of things gonna come your way, and you're not gonna understand it. A lot of things gonna happen. You're gonna wonder why right now, at this time. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a lot that goes on, right? You know what I mean? Let me see if I can get this precept though. All right, boom. Let me grab. Okay, 1 second. Bear with me. You know what I mean? This is one thing that we have to, you know what I mean, keep in our head. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is what we have to constantly do, constantly on a day-to-day basis. This is what we must do. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 18.
2nd Ezra.
No, let me no, that ain't it. That ain't it. 13, let me see. Nah. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Boom. All right. For time's sake, give me a 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 23.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, and verse 23. He that shall endure the peril in that time hath kept himself.
Mm-hmm.
They that be fallen into danger are such as have works in faith towards the Almighty.
Now you drop that and give me Ecclesiasticus. That's in Apocrypha 2, chapter 2, verse 2. Salakia. You know what I mean? This is the thing that we have to do. The mindset we have to have in the UPK, man. Brothers coming up in here. This is important. You know what I mean? Things gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. You ain't really much you can do to stop it. You know what I mean? Give me the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 2. All right. Oh man.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Read that again from the top, bro.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Constantly endure. You want to constantly endure. You know what I mean? Things gonna happen, and it's gonna be unexpected. Things gonna happen, and you gonna be like, man, goddamn, not again. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. But the thing is, you ain't by yourself in this battle. You know what I mean? This is what you like. What you think you getting when you come into UPK? You're gonna have brotherhood now. You got a new family now that's here to fight your battles with you. You understand? You ain't fighting your battles by yourself no more. You're gonna be able to come up in here and you're gonna get some help from a nation. You're gonna have a nation, an actual nation you could come to for help. You know what I mean? The white man, he go to his nation for help. Something go wrong with him, he gotta make some plays happen. Like, yeah, and white man talks to him like, all right, just go home and do this. They make plays for them. We gonna make stuff happen for us here. You know what I mean? This is our nation we dealing with. Brother got problems, man. You know what I mean? Bring your problems to the brothers, man. To the brothers, and we gonna make something work for you, man. You know what I mean? Because we family at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Your family gonna neglect you the more you come up in here. Your family gonna end up hating you when you come up in here. Your friends that you thought were your close friends in the world, they're gonna end up looking at you different. They're gonna end up looking at you sideways. They're gonna end up seeing you, thinking you weird. They're gonna think that you off or whatever. You know what I mean? But all you're doing is, you know what I mean, the Holy Spirit is just coming upon you. You know what I'm saying? The Holy Spirit meaning like that spirit of not being a part of this world anymore. You know what I'm saying? You come up in here, you stay up in here long enough, you gonna look like a different person. Give yourself a year. I give it a year. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, yo, this is your mama is gonna be like, yo, I don't know who the hell you is no more. That happened to me, and not just by one person. It was multiple. They like, yo, what the hell? What you been doing? What's going on? What's up? You know what I mean? Look like a whole physically look like a whole new person. Spiritually as well, which is most important. You're going to spiritually be something different. You're going to be like, yo, who is this nigga? Who is this nigga? I don't know who this nigga is. This nigga, like, what happened to the nigga that used to be down with going over here? We used to hot box in the car and all that. You know what I mean? What happened to the nigga that was coming to the Christmas parties and celebrating with us and being around the family and this, that, and the other? And you be like, man, listen, I don't get down with Christmas. God hates Christmas. I don't get down with Thanksgiving. God hates Thanksgiving. I don't do any of that, man. You know what I mean? And if you love God, you should get down with me and come up in here, come to class with me. They're going to be like, yeah. Eventually, he's going to fade away. Y'all going to split like this. You know what I'm saying? And that's by design. That's Christ doing that. You know what I mean? You coming up through these doors. Let's get this precept real quick. I'm going to get this precept. This is the last precept, and I might grab one more, maybe, and then we're going to go. We're going to wrap it. All right. Just read this last night, too. Read this last night in Philly. Let me see. Give me John chapter 15, verse 16. You know what I'm saying? People think, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, John 15 and John 15 start at verse 16.
The book of John, chapter 15, verse 16.
Right.
Ye have not chosen me.
Yeah, what?
Ye have not chosen me.
You ain't choose Christ. You ain't choose to come in the UPK. You ain't choose to come to class in the I.S.U.P.K. Read.
But I chose you.
I have chosen
you.
Right, but I have chosen you. Christ chose you. Christ chose you to come to class today. Christ chose you to listen to class. Christ told you to come up and put the spirit on you to come in the UPK. That's what Christ did. Christ picked you. Don't take that with a grain of salt. That was for a reason. You know what I mean? The Lord might want to do something for you, you know, have work with you with something, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, man, he you know what I mean? The way he works, man, is something different. You know what I mean? Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. And read on.
And ordained you that ye shall go and bring forth fruit.
That's what it is. You know what I mean? He chosen you to come in these doors, to change your life, to put all the weed down, the cigarettes down, to stop doing whatever you was doing in the world, and to learn, come into all class and all black. You know what I mean? To be a trooper after your 90 days, you understand? And, you know, become a trooper. Keep learning, come into class. You know what I mean? Then become an officer after a while. Then go teach other people like we doing now. And then you join the fight. Then you in the battle now. Now you in the battle. And now we're going to get it on and get some more brothers to do the same. You understand? That's what this is about. Christ chose you. Christ chose us, man. And you know, don't take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Not everybody get that. You know what I mean? He could have picked anybody else out of my family. Out of my kinfolk, he could have picked anybody. You understand? But he chose to pick my simple ass. So he did that, and man, we gonna do this work. We ain't gonna take it for granted. Let's get Zephaniah 2 and 1, and that's it. And we're gonna wrap it after that. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1. And that's in the Old Testament. You understand? The end of the Old Testament too. Yeah, man. Sometimes that joint crazy. Yeah, man. Zephaniah 2 and 1. This is what we have to do right now. Right now, this is what we have to do. You understand? In these days. Go ahead.
Chapter 2 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourself together, ye gather yourself together, O nation not desired.
Yeah, gather yourself together. Yea, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. Black man, Latino man, Native American man, woman, and child. This is the time now to come together. You know what I mean? To come together in the ISUPK, to come together in this brotherhood, in this body of Christ, you understand? You know what I mean? Everybody should be coming down to the 57th, to the Lord's 57th annual Passover in Houston, Texas. You understand? And it's coming up April 4th. We're gonna be down there. We're gonna be getting it on. You understand? And we coming down with new brothers, with new brothers in the equation. Lord allow. You understand? And we're gonna get it on, man. We got to come together now because the time isn't. Everybody hates us. Everybody despises us, man. So we got to learn to love each other. We got to learn to have that love for one another. You know what I mean? Instead of killing each other off, doing the white man's job for him. You understand? Once we do that, man, we don't know what the hell could happen. We don't know what the hell the Lord could show us. You know what I mean? So in the meantime, like the scriptures say, man, come together in the UPK. And that's it, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with that. Y'all know me. Y'all know, brother. I'm precinct officer 500 Mathumya of the ISUPK. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West on the 25th Street Hall, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. Truth being that the Blacks, the Latinos, and the Native American Indians are God's chosen people, or God's children according to the Bible. And never forget it, man. So till next time, we'll be here at the UN Library next week, same time, every Tuesday from 5:30 to 7:30, around that time anyway. And you know what I mean, slide through. You know what I mean? We don't bite. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.